monster, this Goblin chieftain guy, I suppose. I wanted to make a different kind of video today because I'd like to explore some other forms of speech, such as whispering. Some sounds like the keyboard right here and the drawing tablet that you can hear right now. I also, quite unfortunately, got a cold recently, so this format will help me produce a proper and relaxing video for you, while also being quite easy on my throat to get back in check as soon as possible and create another lovely Minecraft video for you very soon. The idea here is that we would work on these mostly fantasy themed drawings that have to do with a board game project I'm working on. Now this has been a bit of a passion of mine, this game, for the past maybe even 6 or 7 years now, but I rethought everything time and time again, and it never got to a playable level or status. So these videos are also meant to motivate me to put some more effort into these or into this project. That's also the reason why I'm not recording a voiceover on the footage which was included in the Hungarian version of this video, because I'd like to get more work done. And I suppose since we're just talking to each other, relaxing here, it doesn't matter so much if I'm drawing everything from the beginning again, or if you are actually part of a progress here, sometimes in Hungarian, sometimes in English. Nonetheless, thank you very much for joining me today as well. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Every bit of support helps, and maybe more importantly, it makes me feel very successful, very blessed and grateful for the attention and support. So thank you very much. Let's see. Today we're going to work on this hand. I'm not entirely happy with this. He's like reaching into the camera, which is okay, but he looks a bit like he's reaching for help rather than being a big, strong, evil guy. So this is going to be one of the bosses, one of the boss enemies in the game. There are other goblins already, which I don't have open right now, but there are other goblin characters already. And let's see, this is the shoulder, so elbow. Maybe he should be doing more of a grabbing movement, as in like making a gesture to strangle the players or whoever might oppose him. This board game is supposed to be mostly family friendly, but I mean, the bosses will have to be at least somewhat scary, right? I'm not amazing at drawing hands, so please just bear with me here. Grasping too tightly. also going to be making a bit of a bit more fun and a bit more light-hearted commentary on in these videos. I'm not going to be focusing. I'm sorry for these. I'm not going to be focusing entirely on the most relaxing experience that I can possibly imagine. I'm going to maybe make some jokes and something like that. Oh man, this hand thing is really not working out for me today. I haven't looked at any references, so please forgive me. Maybe that was foolish to begin with, right? That's not so bad though. How many fingers does he have? That's a good question. Or maybe he should be leaning onto a weapon that's in his hand like this. Or like this. Oh, that's actually a good idea. Yes. Yes. Let him have a weapon. He's going to be a guy who can tear someone apart just with his bare hands. But that doesn't mean that he won't rely on some weapons. Maybe in Goblin land, he's got some even stronger foes to worry about. So let's see. That would mean that is. Oh goodness! I have to look at my own hand for this. Okay. We have to make it big though. Primarily because it's foreshortened right in the camera, and also because he's a huge guy, and huge guys have got these huge hands. Not very surprisingly, I'm just trying to make the basic shape here, and then we can rotate that if we need to fit the proper rotation of the weapon. Because it's gonna go like here. Yes. Oh my goodness, man. I swear to you, I drew all of this. I'm not so bad at drawing. It's just the hands, you know. Well, some artists often complain that they have difficulty drawing eyes because one eye turns out very nice and the other looks completely different. We have capitalized on this issue here because, well, obviously you can see it's very much intentional that his eyes are different. Yeah, and that he should have some. Oh yeah, that looks kind of like a hand, I suppose. We can definitely clean this up. So these lines are all going to be proper, hard and strong black lines, and then they're going to be colored. But let me rotate this into the proper position. I am using GIMP, as you might have noticed. It's not nearly the best image or drawing program. This GNU image manipulation program. Oops, yeah. Something like that. But unfortunately, when I started making this or started working on this board game project, this was the one I could really handle. Photoshop was a bit too advanced for me at that time, and maybe I didn't even have access to Photoshop. So this is what I learned, and since I started with the board game project in this software, that means all the files are also in the format of this software. So I didn't want to break up that habit, and I suppose it's also a nice challenge. Yeah, okay, that looks decent. Now, okay, maybe his palm is not gonna be this visible. because he's reaching from sort of upward. In that case, though, oh my goodness, am I slow with this? In that case, though, more of his knuckles should be visible as well, right? Yes, and then maybe some of the hand as well. I mean, some of the lower arm. It's going to be coming like something like this. There's another knuckle there. Knuckles. Yes. Yeah, his hand is completely stretched. Or maybe not completely, but almost completely stretched. I mean, his arms. Yeah, I think we're gonna add some big old veins running up here. Yeah, just to show how strong he is. He is meant to be very intimidating, that's for certain. So idea here is that this is going to be sort of the visual area for the character, and then here on the right side we're going to have his stats and abilities and things like that. So that's why it looks like this for now. There we go, that's going down there. Looks very good. He might end up having some bracers as well. We'll see. Now, if that's his lower arm, let's see, maybe we can show a bit of his upper arm as well. I understand it's still not perfect, so please just bear with me. Yes, I think that's gonna be perfect, almost perfect. Well, it will work for me. Yes, thank you very much, and anchor that. I said anchor. Yes, great. I said I would be saying some jokes in the Hungarian version. I did, but I am so focused on this, on drawing this, that I obviously I'm not trying to say jokes. It's like I'm not gonna ask you knock knock or something. But in the Hungarian version, we established that this guy is angry because someone he might have claws. We'll see. But someone overtook him in the queue at the supermarket, and that someone ended up being unable to use the self-checkout register. So even though this guy was ready to pay, he had everything. He had his card, he had his coupons and everything. Even though he was so ready, he was betrayed and cheated and pushed back in line, and that's a big trauma. So he's very, very mad about that, but obviously it's still not right to exert that anger on the characters of the board game. So I hope the heroes will be even stronger eventually. Oops, yeah. So yeah, the weapon is going to be coming out here. Oh, you know what I need here? A bit of coffee. That's nice. So, what kind of weapon does he have? So the other goblins. Oh, please check out the Hungarian video. I show some of the goblins, the other goblin characters there. They just have knives, quite long, sharp, almost like the fangs of a wild animal. There's also another boss, like a big skeleton, that's going to have like a huge cleaver. Although, come to think of it, maybe the huge cleaver fits this guy better. That's a good question. Let me think. Yeah, maybe it's actually not going to be shown because the blade of the knife comes here. Oopsie, sorry. It's going to be quite curved here at the end, almost comically, like unreal. realistically, comically curved blade. But it's gonna be a big blade nonetheless. Big and scary. Okay, that looks decentish to me. We should add some detail to this eventually. But let's armor him up, or give him some equipment for the rest of this area, this upper body. I want to give him something on the back. A very good, a very powerful, authoritative element that you can add to fantasy characters that's on their back. And obviously when you're adding stuff on their back, it's great because you can have the whole character facing the camera. And you can still just be like, oh yeah, I'm going to add this because why not? No one can see how that fits on the back. But a very powerful and authoritative element can be a flag, like that, or even something coming up in the middle here, although you can't really see that, and it's like more like a straight banner on the back. I believe that's quite reminiscent of Japanese flag bearers in sort of medieval or very early New Ages. I don't know much about that, but I think that's where the idea comes from in the first place. Okay, so let's see. Maybe he should have some. He has some leather straps and belts here, so let's help him with that. Just coming here. Yeah, we don't want to over detail anything because the focus should still be on this beautiful face, but I still like to make it realistic, make my characters realistic in the sense that nothing's just hanging on them, you know. There must be something holding that up. There's this huge pauldron, this shoulder armor. It must have some straps and some semblance of physically being attached to the character in some way. Obviously, you can also make like characters who are quite magical and, you know, they just float and are not explainable in the first place. You can, I suppose, you can play around with that fact that you can't see what's happening with the character, and then when you see it's magical. But here, there's this huge earring that he's got. Earrings are a big status symbol in Goblin societies. I think something like iPhones for humans. So there's this trap going. Maybe it's gonna come down, and that's gonna be another strap. So this comes down, and then it's going to be caught and sort of quilted, not quilted, sorry, this is very different, like studded with little studs, and it's going to be coming into this other strap that's coming across his chest. Well, yeah, his pecs, but it's not just muscle. The guy is quite fat, as you can see. He's still like a big, rich chieftain, and he's supposed to look barbaric, so we're trying to sell the idea that he eats a lot and likes to be, you know, greedy and gluttonous and all that. There's gonna be the other side, same idea. This leather strap looking thing. I hope you can hear the sounds of the drawing board properly. I think it's quite relaxing as well. And then let's see, it's gonna be coming there. It's not so pronounced, but there's this, since it's so huge, there's this little ditch. The way this tight leather fits onto his shoulder. That might not be 100% realistic, but that's fine. these are belts, so there are there holes in them, or just studs? No, metal studs. Very nice. Okay, if it's not completely matching up or symmetric, in this case it's not a problem. These are goblins, so they like a bit of rock and roll. They like a bit of sort of imbalance and disharmony, right? A bit of wildness in their stuff. Yeah, there could be, where all of these leather straps meet, there could be something here, like another school or something, right? That'd be a thing here. Let's make that choice. It's almost like Bob Ross, right? We're going to make a big decision here and decide where our little meadow is going to live. I don't know what kind of meadow this is. Maybe they just stole it from some other rival goblin warlord that he killed, right? I don't know. What do goblins like that represents something for them? Oh, that's actually a good question. That's actually a very good question. I'm not sure what to draw here right now. Let me have another sip of coffee. This video is going to be about 40-45 minutes long, by the way. We're not going to finish with the whole drawing, just like I didn't finish it in the Hungarian version of this video, but as you can see, we're going to carry on this project. I'm just gonna draw a little belt fastener here. We're going to continue this project, and if you tune in for other videos later on, you can be part of when we actually finish this. Please do let me know with a like or a comment that you like this kind of genre. That would help me a lot, because I'm trying to, yes, as I said, experiment with a couple of things. And you know, if you say you don't like this at all, I might try to go into a completely different direction. But I think this genre could be nice in the sense that maybe we could use this to have different kind of conversations that we have in the Minecraft series. So there, as you could already notice, it's, I don't want to say serious topics, but you know, something that's maybe more useful or interesting, motivating, a little bit of an advice, I suppose. Even though, please always take it with a grain of salt, but it is something like that, yeah. And maybe this could be this kind of drawing series where I just draw and you just tune in and we build something nice together. Not build, yeah, in this case it's not building, it's drawn. But this could be our little more casual sessions of just getting together, making some nice ASMR happen. Hopefully that works in this case as well. I still don't know what I'm going to add here. Don't worry, I'm not going to swear or anything. I wanted to say I still don't know what the purpose of this medal should be, I suppose, other than showing richness and things. But you know, richness is shown by gold, but obviously you don't have a I don't know how to draw like a gold ore piece or like money or something. That's a good question. We'll continue with other stuff and then we'll come back to this. But I quite like this strap setup. Yeah, I had a little sketch in my notebook, as you can, as I told you, I'm inseparable from that notebook. I had a little sketch that I drew on a plane when I was flying home from a bit of holiday. And that's nice, but it's quite different. So this is original, and in that sense I don't have any guidelines to which we could adhere. That's not how it looks. Okay. Yes, let's see what else we're going to put here. Is going to be a little bit asymmetrical. Not a little bit, it is going to be asymmetric, because it is not going to have this huge thing here. This is his left side. He might have some defense, some more defenses on this hand as well as more of this fur or maybe grass, straw kind of fiber material here, or maybe just very old torn cloth, something like that. It's like flowing in the wind. But then he might have another bracer that's going to sort of accentuate this shape of his head even better. This is going to be like this huge round shoulder and this quite thick forearm as well. We're going to add some spikes to that too. Let us layer it like that. Perfect. Not much is seen from that, obviously, but because he's reaching back with that hand. So again, not too much emphasis on things here, but just some indication of his savagery and wildness. This is his arm. I'm sorry. In Hungarian, we often use some. I don't think we should, but it makes sense if you use the words arm and hand interchangeably. Like you don't get held up in a conversation. You know what's going on, and I think it doesn't make as much sense in English. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's just that. We're not going to detail that too much more. No need. So this fur kind of looks out of place, but we're not going to delete it. We're going to make it look in place by adding some more fur over here, I think. And also fur is actually, as is his beard, it's quite nice to convey some motion, because it's not just hanging straight down. It's because he's sort of lunging forward. The fur or the grass, whatever material this is also going to be flowing and flying around and taking on shapes that it wouldn't normally, unless it was moved by these forces. I mean, physically. That sounded very magical, but that's not the point. You could also have like a cape or something that's flowing in the back here. I'm still thinking about what to put on his back as well. Am I a bit uninspired today? Maybe. Still, I think it's coming along quite nicely. I think if he's got fur here, it should be coming out from underneath this leather strap. So unfortunately, I'm going to say goodbye to some of this beautiful, what is this, trapezius muscle. We're going to have indications of that, but it's going to somewhat be covered up by let's just call it fur for now. I don't know what it is. But I wish I had such trapezius muscles. In Hungarian they're called csuklyás izom. Hood muscles, because it's almost like a hood that's coming, obviously not the part that's on your head, but the part that's coming up from your shoulders. Yeah, let's see, this has to go as well. And then maybe some of this definition. That's not necessarily a problem though. We want to show that he's a bit fat, but doesn't show all that skin, we can still convey his large nature. Yes, there's some here. Yeah, some of his shoulder muscle is invisible either. What is this bone of the shoulder? Yeah, it's something like that, I suppose. That looks good enough. Okay, where are we with time? Don't worry, we're not in a hurry anywhere. We're just chilling here together. I often found, actually, that it helps me if I'm commenting on what's going on while I'm doing it. It might sound funny, but look, if you ever felt bad, or if you ever felt strange, or maybe even stupid, because you talked to yourself, I am here to tell you that it's the most normal thing ever. He's going to have some piercings in his nipple as well. I'm here to tell you it's not only completely normal, but I probably do it more than you. I do it so much. I do it when I'm playing games, and I don't mean the commentary. I mean just by myself. I do it when I'm doing chores. I do it when sometimes I walk down the street, my friends, and I talk to myself and people look at me, and I look back at them and I think, hey, I know you do it as well. Maybe they don't. We can't know, but we don't have to feel bad about that, that's for certain. It's, you know, as the age-old joke goes, sometimes you have to listen to an expert's opinion. No, we are not going to be egoistic like that, but we're also not going to be ashamed of our little quirks and habits. I hope you can agree with that. I don't judge you for them. I think that's what I wanted to say. That's what they are what make a person interesting, but even that's not true. They are what make a person, period. I don't think there are any people in the world without something strange, something interesting, something that maybe even if not unique, but the entire makeup eventually is going to be unique. Makeup meaning, you know, the entire composition of that person. Okay, enough with the fur here. I think we are making good progress. Now, the head is a little bit lost in all these details, but don't you worry for a second. I'm going to make sure that in color it looks like he's going to jump out at you. Yes, this has to okay, yes. Now let's see his hand. As we have established, these goblins like jewelry, a lot of it. So what he definitely has are rings, a lot of them. Maybe, oh actually that's a lovely idea. Maybe we can make it an item, the Goblin King's ring, that you can also wear in game. He's going to have several, but maybe there's going to be one that's special. Oh yes, one more funny thing about this video is that I am recording at the same time as I'm drawing, which is not quite possible with Minecraft because I'm recording on my phone due to a couple of technical reasons. And obviously I'm recording the video on the computer, but in this case I don't need to hear what's going on in the computer, so I'm just recording on my phone. But since I can't hold the microphone properly close to my mouth, I'm currently using tape, sticky tape, and have it fastened to my face so that it's close enough for that ASMR quality, right? I was also thinking to tie it up there with like a band or something, and then I would have looked like a young woman with like a folklore look. But yeah, the sticky tape was more convenient. So maybe he could have like a crystal here or something, or maybe just spikes. He's got spikes everywhere. Then again, his ring should be a bit different or special. So let me think. Also, this is not round enough. That's better. That looks like a ring indeed. So I'm thinking, what should there be here? Man, my friends, I am a little bit uninspired today. I apologize, but I hope that the video is still relaxing, or you can get to know me a little better from it, or you just enjoy looking at this beautiful face of this guy. Okay, look, the goal for this video is to figure out a proper design for this ring. We have to accomplish that no matter what. So, let's see, what do goblins like? They have this vivid red hair and beard sometimes. They love spikes, they love jewelry, they like gold. That is a good question. Okay, and they have these knives. I have an idea. Let me fix the perspective here, because I think it's a little bit imperfect. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So we could have like a big crystal here, because they like riches, yeah. Big in the sense of, well, this is still just a ring, so it's not going to be huge, but like a crystal cluster there. That's like completely embedded in the ring. And then there are going to be some spikes, or maybe some fangs here coming out on the side of some small animals, maybe, you know, like a tribal decoration here. There's the crystals. There's some bead. I think that looks good enough. I think it's going to be a bit more obvious in color. I'm going to do my best to show that properly, but yeah, right here it's not as amazing. We can add some, add another, yeah. It's like in 4 directions. One there, one here, these spikes, and then 2 on the sides. Okay, and then this is the crystal. This part. Okay, amazing. Let's put something on this one as well. Let's make it also a skull, but like a weird looking fanged skull, yeah. It's going to have these somewhat angry looking eyes. Oh, that looks like some insect, right? Oh, that works for us right now. Maybe it doesn't, no. Lots of fangs. That's already a good thing. In Goblin land, they like fangs. It's some forest beast, I suppose. It doesn't have to look perfectly detailed and everything. It's just going to be some clutter, basically. The focus is still his face. Nonetheless, I am still pleased with the progress that we made today. I think I'm going to end the video soon. We're nearing the 40 minutes mark, or maybe we even passed it. In the next video, if you're looking at the Hungarian one as well, we are going to be finishing all the equipment, I believe. So he definitely should have some kind of loincloth here. We can just put some indication of that there. Yes, and then on this side he can have a big knee guard, kind of similar to this pauldron, with a lot of spikes. Something like that. Yeah, and then I don't know, we'll figure out how his shoes should be looking. But obviously a lot of this is going to be hidden by the weapon. Like, that's definitely not going to be shown. Sorry, need some more opacity here. Yeah. So this is going to be the weapon. It's going to be, we're going to detail this as well, and it's going to be like a quite rudimentary but still fearsome looking weapon. That's the idea. Maybe it's going to have some serrations in here as well. Yeah, we'll see. I think that looks, yeah. I think that's going to look great. Going to be quite thick too. Okay, yeah, we'll see about that. And we'll figure out something for his back. Maybe like a big shield even, or just banners. Yeah, alright. My friends, thank you very much for joining me for this session. See, sometimes these drawing sessions are like this, you know. You don't always have your muse with you. Sometimes you need a lot of maybe external motivation, maybe even luck, I could say, to get into the spirit that's necessary, and sometimes even then it doesn't work out. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. We're not going to beat ourselves up against because of this. We're just going to let that happen. And some other time it's going to be absolutely amazing, and we're going to make lovely progress. Still, I think this is good progress for now. Thank you again for joining me. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and just let me know if this kind of content is something that you fancy, or what other content you'd fancy. I got a comment on the Hungarian version that they'd prefer some traditional tapping and crinkle sounds and sort of stroking sounds with the hand. Something like that. If you'd like to see that as well, please let me know, because I am just